And more news in a moment. From asia.nikkei.com, Pakistan police try to arrest ex-PM Imran Khan, confront supporters. Pakistani police in armored vehicles descended on former Prime Minister Imran Khan's home in Lahore on Tuesday, apparently intending to arrest him in a sharp escalation of the country's political tensions. Khan was facing new arrest warrants as he continues his raucous campaign to force elections, nearly a year after he was ousted in a no-confidence vote. On Twitter, his Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf party, PTI, urged supporters to hurry to the residence at Zaman Park but to stay calm. The situation quickly deteriorated as the growing crowd slowed the officers' advance. Footage showed the supporters blocking entrances to his house and throwing stones. Police reportedly resorted to using batons and tear gas while a helicopter was said to be circling Zaman Park. In a video message posted on Khan's Twitter account, the ousted prime minister said the police had come to arrest him. They think that if Imran Khan goes to jail, the masses will fall asleep, he said. You have to prove them wrong. Khan implored his supporters to keep up the fight regardless of Tuesday's outcome. If something happens to me, if I go to jail or if they kill me, you have to prove that even without Imran Khan, this nation will continue to struggle. The Associated Press reported that hours into the police operation, the officers had yet to arrest Khan and that they moved back at midnight. Since he was removed as prime minister in April 2022, Khan has been on a mission to disrupt the coalition government led by his successor Shehbaz Sharif and spur snap elections. The cricket star turned Islamist politician on Monday had led a large rally in Lahore, riding in a bulletproof car that wove through thousands of PTI backers. The same day, separate courts issued 2 non-bailable warrants for Khan after he ignored summonses. He's been refusing to appear in court, citing health issues and security concerns after he survived an apparent assassination attempt during a protest march last November. A court on Tuesday temporarily suspended one of the warrants, and the Islamabad High Court was due to hear the PTI's plea against another on Wednesday. But Khan's fate remained uncertain as the police swooped in and supporters confronted them. Pakistani Interior Minister Rana Sanaullah tweeted that person who ran away from the court would be arrested. Khan reportedly found a committee of senior PTI leadership to look after the affairs of the party and decide the next course of action in case he was taken into custody. Reuters quoted a government spokesperson who blamed the PTI for instigating violence. If Imran Khan ensures his presence in the court, it will be good. Otherwise, the law will take its course, the spokesman was quoted as saying. Khan's faced warrants and attempt to arrest him before, including one similar incident where he avoided a raid on his Lahore residence. The latest warrants were intended to haul him to court dates later this month concerning state gifts and remarks deemed to have threatened a judge. Khan faces a raft of charges, including allegedly concealing state gifts retained from the Tashakhana, a repository of items received from foreign governments. He and his supporters insist the allegations are politically motivated. While Khan wants fresh elections, the government is caught in worsening economic crisis and has insisted the national polls should be held in October as planned. The ruling Pakistan Democratic Movement Alliance argues that the conditions are not conducive to polls, given that the country is racing to prevent a financial default and has been dealing with a flurry of terrorist attacks by the local Taliban and other militant groups. But now political tensions are running even hotter after Khan dissolved 2 provincial assemblies as part of strategy to spur local and, by extension, national votes. Police and PTI supporters also clashed at another rally in Lahore last week, with the political party saying that one of the activists was killed. Khan claimed it was a case of custodial torture, while the police termed it a traffic accident. Experts suggest that any clampdown on Khan could backfire. It would be a high-stakes gamble for the state to try to sideline Khan, said Michael Kugelman, director of the Wilson Center's South Asia Institute, before Tuesday's development. He's a master populist who knows how to capitalize on the grievances of his growing support base. If the state cracks down on him, this could simply make him more popular. Polls show he doesn't need much help in that regard. A Gallup survey released last week gave Khan a 61% approval rating, while his opponents lag behind at 36%. Still, while the government appears to have few good options, the stakes are clearly high for Khan as well. The former prime minister faces dozens of charges, including allegations related to terrorism, criticism of state institutions, illicit foreign political funding, failing to declare dependent child, and not declaring income from the sale of Tasha Khana gifts. Misdeclaration of assets, intentional or otherwise, can obviously result in disqualification from politics, said Osama Malik, an Islamabad-based lawyer. Former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, the brother of the current Prime Minister, was barred on similar grounds, though under a different article of the Constitution. Khan himself was disqualified as a National Assembly member by the Election Commission over the state gifts issue last October. The PTI challenged this in the Islamabad High Court, which did not impose a stay on the order, but said he was free to run in future elections. Khan went on to contest and win by elections. Currently, all eyes are on top upcoming provincial polls that Sharif's government would prefer to delay. The PTI, which was in control of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Punjab provinces, dissolved these assemblies in January because the Constitution requires elections within 90 days of such dissolution. The idea seems to have been that the cash-strapped government would give in and hold a national election at the same time to save money. Last month, the Finance Ministry turned down the electoral agency's request to release the full funds for the provincial polls, but the Supreme Court ruled this month that the polls must go ahead. President Arif Alvi, who hails from Khan's PTI, has called for the Punjab election to be held on April 30th, after the central government dithered on naming a date. The date of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa election has yet to be announced. While the outlook for the provincial polls remains uncertain, analysts say another key question is how Pakistan's powerful military views the political crisis. The PTI has appealed to the masses by loudly accusing Pakistan's political elite of corruption and ex-Army Chief General Qamar Bajwa of having a hand in orchestrating Khan's ouster. It's been a long time since Pakistani politics have been so polarized, and the military clearly isn't going to quickly forgive Khan for all the accusations and vitriol he's directed at the army leadership for nearly a year, said the Wilson Center's Kugelman. He also noted the history of bad blood between Khan and the new Army Chief General Saeed Asim Munir, who's fired a spy chief when Khan was prime minister. At the rally in Lahore on Monday, Khan did tone down some of his rhetoric, steering clear of criticizing the judiciary and military, but he appeared to have no intention of surrendering either to the courts or to his opponents. He announced another big rally in Lahore for this weekend. And from Dunya News, Imran Khan's arrested deep in prevailing crisis, Zalmay Khalilzad. Former U.S. Special Representative, Afghanistan Reconciliation Zalmay Khalilzad has warned that the arrest of Imran Khan will deepen the crisis being faced by Pakistan. Taking to Twitter, Zalmay Khalilzad pointed out that Pakistan was facing a triple crisis: political, economic, and security. The former U.S. envoy to Afghanistan and Pakistan offered Islamabad advice on how to deal with political, economic, and security crises facing the country. The sequential cannibalizing of its leaders through jailing, execution, assassination, etc. is the wrong path, Khalilzad said Tuesday on Twitter. Despite great potential, it's underperforming and falling from behind its arch-rival India, Zalmay Khalilzad said, adding that it was time for serious soul-searching, bold thinking, and strategizing. Arresting Imran Khan will only deepen the crisis, he said. I urge 2 steps. Set a date for national elections in early June to avert a meltdown, and 2, use the time for the main political parties to confront what's gone wrong and propose a specific plan to rescue and put the country on path to stability, security, and prosperity. Whichever party wins the elections will have a mandate from the people on what must be done. And from Al Jazeera, Pakistan Live News, security forces leaving Imran Khan's house. Law enforcement says former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan cannot be arrested until 10 a.m. on Thursday. Security forces have withdrawn from Imran Khan's residence in Lahore due to a cricket match scheduled to the city later on Wednesday, and police from the capital Islamabad had tried for a second day to arrest Khan for allegedly selling state gifts by foreign leaders when he was the Prime Minister. Khan says arrest bid a plot to bar him from election. Former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan said the government wanted him behind bars in order to stop him from taking part in general elections due later this year. The reason why this is happening is not because I broke any law. They want me in jail so that I cannot contest elections, he told the AFP news agency after the police called off a siege of his Lahore residence.